Welcome to the channel for the first time viewers. Welcome back from my existing subscribers. Today we're going to go over the number one new map, which there is only one option, and the best remake of year 4, just like I had promised at the end of the most impactful operators or the best operator MVP of year 4. So without further ado, there's only one map, and it was Outback, which is when they introduced Mozzie and Gridlock. So with that map, they brought pretty much that Australian theme to it. I really like how open everything was as far as how you could navigate the entire outside of the map. It also made for some very interesting engagements when you got into the map as far as, I'm terrible at the call outs on this actual map, but pretty much the bedroom was a very cool engagement, how you could blow open the wall and plant in the fridge if you were very organized, but they can also defend that from up top. And also the games room, shark, bull, that whole entire hallway is very dynamic as far as people jumping in from electrical or coming in through garage. So I really like the different angles you have to play. This is the season that they kind of focused on roaming gameplay, I feel like. So a lot of the roamers really had a leg up on this map. So switching things up to the remakes, they did a really good job remaking all of the maps this year. But out of the 3, I would say that Canal was my favorite. It just changed the way that that was a completely different map pretty much. There was a couple things that kept it similar to what it was before. However, the entire map, in my opinion, is now different, and it just feels and plays completely differently than it used to play. A close follow-up would be Cafe. Theme park, I actually don't like the new theme park. It's more usable and more competitive than the previous theme park. However, I don't like it that much. It's just something I don't like. But Cafe is very good. They pretty much took away some of the choke points and made it so that you can actually maneuver around the map without having to go up 1 or 2 places. Kind of like Hereford. Hereford was one of those maps where there was one way up, really 2 ways up. There was outside and then through the main stairs. And if you covered those 2, you pretty much won, unless people take the risk of jumping in through windows. So with the Canal rework, I feel like between adding Amaru and her being able to actually just rappel in and having those side windows that you can't jump out of, but she can rappel into, or anyone can rappel into, that was a big game changer. And I'm talking about that bridge. That's really where they are. And then the basement play, they changed that dramatically, and boats is completely different now. It used to be just you pretty much could get picked off super easily if somebody actually made it across from boats and just looked down at the window. And they kind of changed that to give you some more cover, and then created that hole underneath, the underground passage that you can kind of drop down into. So I really like that about it, and those would be my top 2. My best remake would be Canal, followed by Cafe, which is a very close second. And then the only new map was Outback. So hopefully we get some new maps this next year, but I kind of like what Siege is doing and keeping the old maps fresh, because it's one of those things where they definitely could get stale. I would like to see some of the maybe a remake on Coastline to tweak some things. It's a pretty competitive map, but the gameplay really has not changed. It's hookah, it's bedroom, and that's pretty much it. If you get that random team, they would normally go downstairs. So hope you guys enjoy the gameplay. That's my thoughts on the best maps so far in year 4. Year 5 is going to be crazy. Hopefully, they add some new guns and new maps, as well as maybe 1 remake. I think 1 remake is good with 3 new maps. All right, you guys be easy. I'll catch you in the next one.
Oh, there's one on Sky.
I don't know where Sky is.
New bird.
Sky bridge.
Good luck.
I'm dead.
Hey, 1 Sky bridge, 1 box. Box here.
Hey, you could break that.
Somebody's planting. Bomb
You're
down.
not on Sky bridge, bro. Right. He was behind you. Yeah, go back up those stairs.
Jungle left.
Right outside.
Hey, you could go secure the kill. You could go. He's on green windows. Green.
Yeah, one's out here.
Just use your pistol.
Down to 15 seconds.
Just running.
Let's go.
Op 4
Good